Team Ghosts. Woo! What is going on, guys? Thank you for being here with CBR today. I hope everybody's enjoying New York Comic Con thus far. And huge congrats. You guys just premiered season 4. Like 2 days ago.
2 days ago. We were on set,
fresh.
I think, when it premiered. It's wild.
Off the press.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, it's so hard to make good sustaining TV. It's so hard to make good sustaining comedy. You guys are doing both with this series. It's getting a lot of love and really deservingly so. I would love to hear sort of, just to begin with, like, what your initial impressions were of this show when it came your way, and did you sort of, like, obviously you liked what you saw on the page, but like, it's so high concept that it feels like maybe it was a risk, like maybe it was a gamble, because just on paper it seems like it would be hard to pull off, but you guys have beautifully. So, like, what were your initial impressions?
I'll be honest. My initial impression was, this is never going to go to series. This is like, this looks so expensive, and it is so in, like, all the different time periods. It was so fun, but I was like, I auditioned for it as a pilot. I'm like, all right, cool. I've done pilots before. They don't go anywhere. And I remember every moment that we kept going and going, I was just like pleasantly surprised and just like, wow, I get to work with these amazing people. But I think at first when I got the script, I was like, this is wild. This is ambitious. So we'll see what happens.
I was a big fan of BBC Ghosts, and so when this came my way with the pilot script, which is so beautifully written, I had the feeling like, how has this show not been done before now? Because it seemed like such a no-brainer, It was such like in a way, like a workplace comedy, but with people from literally different time periods. That I was the opposite. I was like, oh, this is going to go. Oh, I need to book this.
I gotta say, not to really throw you under the bus here, Ro, but I was confident from the start.
I will say it was because I didn't watch the BBC version. Once I watched the BBC version, it made sense. But I think when you get those words on the page, you're just like, what is going on? It's
totally.
Like,
it does feel very ambitious. But I think what I was excited by was, as a story engine, I just thought there's so much room. I could see the longevity. It was going to be a risk, and it was going to be it's not a simple project by any stretch, but I just think there's so much room to explore. I thought of the flashbacks immediately. I thought of exploring all of these people's contexts they lived in and died in, and meeting other people that could be existing on the property. There's just so much to mine. And I think now that we're fortunate enough to be 4 seasons into a show, we're really getting to do that. And we're getting to look not just at where people come from, but how those histories influence the relationships and the dynamics they have in the house today. And that's a luxury that you only get when you have enough episodes and enough time with the story and with these characters. So I feel really fortunate for that.
You're 4 seasons in now. Like, you guys gonna go like Big Bang Theory length with this? Like, have you thought, like, big picture? How many seasons you see this thing going?
I mean,
22.
22
There you go.
seasons of 22 eps.
I don't know. I won't speak for everyone else, but as long as it will go, as long as people will watch it, I go to work every day and I get to hang with my friends and just laugh all day long, which has honestly been a dream. So it continues to be a dream.
Then you can start spinning them off. They had young Sheldon. You could have young Higgintoot.
Absolutely.
So many possibilities with these
I'll
characters.
probably also play that version as well.
I think
My youthful glow will finally come into play.
Isn't that show called
Benjamin
Young
Button?
Tutor?
Yeah, young Tutor.
Young Tutor, that's right.
Yeah.
Or Little Toot?
Yeah,
Little
Little
Toot.
Toots.
Little Toots. One of the questions I always think about, because I've never gotten to talk to you guys for this show, but like, I was like, the first thing I need to ask them is, like, for the ghosts, I mean, how many versions of that same outfit do you guys have on set?
Yeah. I know I have 3 versions of it. Like, every season we'll go back for a fitting, which is very funny because I wore this last year. I'm sure it's different, but fun fact: every year I go back for the fitting, the costume's a little tighter, which could only mean that they're shrinking. They're shrinking in the off season. Yeah, they shrink
bastards.
Them. Yeah, no, but they'll. I have like 3. I don't know how many you have.
I think I have 3, and the interesting thing about mine is they all look so similar, and it's all real leather, and it's amazing how they can duplicate them because every leather piece is very unique and different. But to this point, I don't know which is which. and I'll put one on and I'm like, oh, it feels a little different. They're like, oh, that's the other one. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize. It's amazing at this point. But season 1, I only had one. And I was so terrified of eating in that costume.
And we could smell.
Yes. Rose definitely complained a lot.
Yeah, Flower's top is crocheted. I think I have 5 of them. And it took someone 90 hours to crochet just one of them.
Jeez Louise.
And I think we've already altered a couple different ones to basically help me be able to pump while I'm on set after having a baby. And they did all these amazing things for me. But now I think we're kind of like down to one that's untouched. And I'm like, oh, we got to hang on to that one because whoever made that, like, they can't just do another.
Rose, UTK couldn't be here, which is probably good because he and I would have just talked hip hop the whole time. But like, tell us about like what you.
You don't think I can talk hip hop the whole time?
Yeah. What do you got?
I can't.
What do you got? Tell us about sort of like building the dynamic with him because you guys are so good together in this show, and sort of like how you have found that chemistry now going into year 4.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. We it helps that his wife is a Kiwi, and I'm a Kiwi, and I actually knew her from New Zealand, so we kind of had some groundwork to go off. And I think that throughout the show, that's really what we enjoy and what we feel makes the chemistry palpable on screen is when we build it off screen and when we really get to know each other more and more. And it's always nice kind of being on that knife's edge of about to make each other laugh or like, it's hard. You have to focus. You have to get through stuff. But knowing how to press people's buttons, we have fun with that. Particularly this season, I feel like it's been really enjoyable to see and to kind of grow the sense of humor. And so him understanding another Kiwi and little things, throwing in Māori words or like details from home or stuff that kind of makes me feel very familiar.
One of my favorite countries on the planet. I love New Zealand. And I'm just going to take a left turn for a second because one of the funnest facts about you is that you were 3 when you starred in the piano. One of that
Starred
country's
would be a
greatest.
generous term.
When you
I think
appear in the piano.
I appear for about 1.7 seconds.
Yes. You're 3 years old. Do you even have any memory of that?
I actually do. It's strange, but that was kind of a bizarrely formative memory. And I think it was because I really needed to pee. And they thought that it was cute that a girl in a school production was crossing her legs as she was walking around. And so they used it on camera. And I do have a visceral body memory of needing to pee and being on stage in the school pageant that was happening in the show. But, I mean, what an honor. To even be in the same room as Jane Campion was, like, awesome. Yeah.
Were you jealous that Anna Paquin got the Oscar?
I thought I was overlooked.
overlooked.
Yes. Finally, I know. I can't be the only one that's brought this up, but there's a cameo waiting to happen. I think UTK has talked about this, but like any luck getting Lin-Manuel Miranda and his like getting. I mean, it's just waiting with all the Hamilton and envy in this show. It's just waiting there. Like,
I think like just getting Lin-Manuel to even play Utkarsh's friend on the show would be very, very, very fun.
Yeah.
It feels like it. I don't know what the status of that is.
Yeah.
But I think. I have no idea. I'll always. You know what? Here's the thing. I can go on Disney Plus and I can watch Lin-Manuel play Hamilton all day long. And if it doesn't happen, then that will be just as great. You know.
Yeah.
But Lin-Manuel, if you're watching,
yes,
please
come
be on our show.
Come on,
We would
come
love
on.
it.
And Mark Hamill, who Utkarsh said he wants to play his dad, and he's a big fan of the show.
All of us are constantly pitching for Mark Hamill to play someone related to our character.
Yeah.
Because we want to be the one to act with him.
I actually saw a video of Mark Hamill explaining the plot of Ghosts to
Really?
to a bunch of people at a dinner at Toronto Film Festival. It just blows my mind that he talks about it, that he cares so deeply. He's such a nice guy, and he seems to be a genuine fan, which is awesome.
And now he's a Force Ghost in the Star Wars universe, so he could just come in and play Force Ghost if he had.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just hanging. It's just right there.
Star Wars Ghost crossover.
Let's do it.
And he's doing all of those Mike Flanagan movies too.
That's
So
right.
he's in the horror world.
That's right.
Which is great.
That's right. That's right.